Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cupid. I am your host, Marla Martenson, and today we're going to talk shamanism. I'm here with Harry Paul. Hey, Harry.
Hi.
So otherwise called Shaman Harry. You guys hear a lot about the word shaman, shamanism. Some people know what it is, some people don't. And I thought this would be kind of cool conversation to talk with a real life shaman, but he's not like some Indian down in Peru in the jungle. He is here in Hollywood. He's a Hollywood shaman. And I love it. Super magical, but as you can see, he's also like a real guy. And, with his checkered shirt and hat, and he can relate to anybody. So tell us, Harry, for people who want to know what is a shaman, what is a shaman?
I describe a shaman very simply, Marla. A shaman is a person who connects the unseen with the seen. Shamanism originated in Siberia. And a shaman traditionally has lived in a village or a city and a medicine man. And people seek them out. So I call myself the uncommon urban shaman.
Oh, I love that, the uncommon urban shaman. And when did you get into this? What led you to this? What were you before, if anything? And so tell us a little bit about your journey.
I was an actor.
Okay.
And I got cast in a miniseries, Jack Higgins' novel, Love War, called Night of the Fox. And it took me to Zagreb, Yugoslavia. I was there for 30 days, and I had a day off from filming, so it was so beautiful, and we went to so many amazing locations, and the people were inspiring, and I thought, I'm going to visit another city. So they told me about Split, which was down by the sea, and then this person on the set told me about Medjugorje, which is very famous in the spiritual world. And it's a place, where children, the place in which they look from, they're able to see spirit. So the Virgin Mary appears to them, shares a message with them, and they share it with the world. So I went there, and there were so many synchronicities, but I was walking around the city, and I came upon this flower, and I thought, wow, this is one of the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. And I had this thought process that this flower doesn't have to think about its perfection. It just unfolds in absolute perfection. It doesn't rush, and it gets everything done. Mm-hmm. And I thought, what if we could be like this as human beings? What if we could just evolve and unfold just easily and effortlessly? And I had an experience because I grew up on a ranch in New Mexico, way out in the middle of nowhere, where I had experienced being in Mother Nature, that the universe just stopped for seconds. And it's where I felt an opening, where I felt the infinite and just infinity. And it happened to me in Medjugorje. And I felt this cylindrical of light just wash down over me, where I felt every muscle and tendon and all 206 bones in my body just relax and open up. So I felt like this freedom internally. And then I felt this cylindrical of light come up from the earth and just move through me, where I felt like I was one with everything in the universe. And then I heard this voice speak to me. And I felt like I was in a movie. You know, we've all seen those movies where the main character is moving, but everyone else around is in freeze frame.
Right.
And that's the way I felt. I felt like I was like moving, and everyone just went into freeze frame around me. And this voice spoke to me, and then I was like, it felt like I just came back.
What did the voice say?
The voice said, "It is time for you to use your gifts."
And did you hear the voice inside your head, or was it really something outside your head? And did you
It was inside. It was inside my head.
It just came like this knowing. This.
And the interesting thing is, Marla, it was my own voice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then did you know? I mean, what gift? So you were acting. That was it, right? Did you have any other side jobs, or were you just like?
It inspired me to do deep exploration, where that I explored deeply. I thought, well, I'm an actor. I thought I was using my gifts. So, and I thought, I'm a really good actor, but I didn't think I was a great actor. I thought if I was using my gifts, because what would it be? So I did deep exploration of what do I feel like my gift would be? What did I incarnate for? Why did I come to planet Earth? And I thought, well, when I touch somebody, they went, wow. And that's a beautiful thing. So I came back, my friends threw me a party, and we watched the miniseries, and everybody was really excited for me and thought, oh, this is a great coup for your career. And I was like, not so much.
Wow.
I'm changing direction. So I went to massage school every day, all day long. I had amazing experiences in that. Then I got out and I worked for a chiropractor, had amazing experiences during that, and met synchronistic people, and Susan Jeffers, who wrote the book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And she had a double mastectomy, so I worked on her every week for a period of time, and we had great conversations. And then I got a job with an Academy Award-winning director.
And this is all doing massage?
Yeah, it started out doing massage, but I found that while I was in school doing massage, that I had one of the gifts that came through me is I was able to read a person's being. So I could see things and feel things because I'm clairsentient, which means I can feel what another person feels. It's, an empath.
An empath, right? Empath.
An empath, correct. And it's learning how to use that gift for you rather than against you, because otherwise you can be very codependent as a healer, and I think healers go through, because we all have gifts. True, Marla. It's, we all get to discover, because we're all unique and we all have gifts. We all have epiphanies. It's just whether we pay attention or not. So it's discovering, as an empath, running my energy through another person and back to me did not serve me.
Okay.
But feeling what another person felt, because then I was outside of myself. So I got to learn the gift of keeping my energy inside and broadcasting and radiating.
And were you attuned like to Reiki, or did you study energy work as well?
I studied Reiki. I literally went all over the world. I studied Reiki. I studied cranial sacral. I studied Qigong. I studied Tai Chi. I studied reflexology. I went all over studying aromatherapy. I studied sound therapy. I studied light therapy.
What about the reconnection?
Reconnection?
Yeah.
I did that too.
That one too, yeah. I did, because I've done the Reiki, reconnection, life force energy healing, and all of that stuff. So, once, and did you notice that once you kept getting all these attunements that you opened up more and more? Because the frequency and the attunements, right?
And I didn't say I went to Peru and studied with shamans.
Well, okay, so, yeah. How long were you down in Peru?
I went the first time for 2 weeks, and I went everywhere. I went to Lima. I went to the Temple of the Sun and the Moon, and all the way I just met up with shamans, and I went to Nazca and took a plane up and looked at all the lines on the earth there. And then I went to Cusco and Machu Picchu, and, the whole journey was just, it's very expansive.
And so, and then when you came back, you decided just to put yourself out there as a shaman and a healer and did you let the massage go, or how did it unfold?
I did that. Well, it's very important. What I do, Marla, is really work on the body, because you can work on a place where a person holds tension or contraction, because what I talk about is living vertically in the now, in the moment, in the present, which offers us presence. So, but most of us live from here up. We think 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. 95% of them are the same thoughts that we play on a loop over and over and over. So we can define the theme in our life, in our day. So we'll have a thought that leads to an emotion, or an emotion that leads to a thought, and we're either contracting or we're expanding, right? So when we live from that, when we really use our breath to open up and live from an expanded place, we can walk through life and our life can absorb anything. Okay. But when we live from a contracted place, we have a bump in the road and we can't handle it as human beings. So it's really opening up. So I work on the body to really allow the person to open up, to feel that expansiveness. It's the vastness inside, because life's an inside job. It's not out here. It's here. So the massage was so important because we're touch starved. We need to be touched. Even lovers that have been together, they stop touching each other. They don't really just lay around and touch each other. It's so important. Intimacy. Yeah. Yes?
Even a pet, right? To hold and hug a pet, it's the same.
Well,
you get the same.
Yeah. People love their pets more than they do their people because the pets are unconditional.
Right.
Yes. And so I use the massage, I use the touch to go into it on a deep level to really, because touching someone can clear a past memory or, through our heritage, through our lineage, through our father's father's father, or all through our lineage. So letting go. So I really do soul retrieval to really allow a person to bring back the parts of them that they displaced or forgotten about.
Yeah, I've heard about that soul retrieval. Is that something that everyone should do, or is that just if you have some issues that you feel you need cleared?
Well, I think if it's for you, you'll know it.
Yeah.
So if it resonates with you, because the people that it resonates with come. And yes, I think we all get fragmented in the world that we live in today. Marla, we live in the city. And no matter where you live, we get fragmented.
Yeah.
So there's parts of us, and that's everything that I do is bringing the person back into focus to allow, because we must be single-mindedly focused so that we can do everything that we do with absolute, total, and complete focus, rather than be fragmented.
So what do you think about this? This is interesting because, I take a lot of classes, read a lot and stuff. So if someone, so you're talking about, DNA, maybe memories in the cells. So you're going back to your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your ancestors, who knows, all the way back to a couple thousand years. But then if we are souls in a body and then we are reincarnated, so maybe at one point I was, a warrior, in the Middle East, or I was a priest in France, or I was, a peasant in Norway.
Yes.
I was a man, I was a woman. So then the soul is coming down in a new body every time. So it's a different body. But so the DNA of those people that parents that you decide to come in. So you're really not related. If we're just a soul, we're really not related to anybody in our past. But is that DNA that comes from the bodies? So it's kind of like two people, the DNA coming through the bodies, the egg, the sperm, every generation, and then your soul going into different ones. Maybe I was black in one life and Asian in one life, so I'm completely in different cultures' bodies. So it's almost, you know what I mean? Like two different things here.
Right. So I saw, yes, good point and good question. I sum it up very easily and very simply because I think life is very simple. It's only the ego that makes things complicated.
Right.
Our real DNA is God, Marla. Our real DNA is God. So God is the center and the nucleus of every atom, every molecule, every electron, every proton. If that is a word that you're comfortable with. Yeah, you can call it. Yeah. So I'm very clear. It's God. So, but God is a trigger word for a lot of people.
Yes.
So when we remember that we're energy, the energy that we are has been injected into this body in this planet at this time.
Yes.
But we're energy. Birth is not the beginning, it's a continuation. Death is not the end, it's a continuation. So we can have many lifetimes and we can have lived, energy just changes. So energy doesn't die. So we can come into a different body in a different moment. If you read Paramahansa Yogananda, biography of a yogi, he said that Alexander the Great came back as Winston Churchill. So, if you want to understand it on a deeper level, and some people believe in it, some people don't. It doesn't matter. Right. But there's things that we bring into us in this lifetime. How does a person come in with certain gifts? A 5-year-old child that can play, how does a person come in that can sing like Sam Smith or Barbara Streisand or Adele? Those voices are 1 in a billion.
Right. And I'm so pissed that I didn't get one of those voices.
We love your voice, Marla.
Oh, thank you.
Everything that you do.
It's like, God, who wouldn't want to, everybody would love to sing, and it's just a few people, you're right, that can really do it well,
It's
naturally. And I've tried, believe me. I've taken classes and was told by the teachers, you just don't have it, all right? You just don't have it. I'm like, all right, that's okay. I have other gifts. So, speaking of energy,
still what you learned. Let me just ask you, because
okay,
I had the same thing, because I studied with Seth Riggs and I studied with Ian Adam in London. I studied with the best vocal coaches, Roger Love, Ron Anderson, the best in the world. But it's good training. Whether you can sing or not, it's about fine-tuning the vibration that you're aligning with, because the voice comes through us rather than from us. Once you learn,
yeah,
and that's why some people have the gift. But it's the vibration. It's aligning with love. Love is a specific vibration, and love is the answer no matter what we're talking about. True.
And loving what you do. I mean, talking about gifts. When I was a little girl, I mean, I had just always that exuberant excitement. I went in the first grade. I wanted to be a baton twirler, so my parents got me on a baton team, and then I wanted to be a writer, so I was writing short stories and writing letters to all my favorite authors. Then I wanted to be a tap dancer, so I took tap dance, ballet dance. Then I decided, well, I want to be a ventriloquist, so my parents bought me a ventriloquist doll. And figured out I wasn't really talented in that. Then I wanted to play the cello, don't know why. My teacher said, you're no good at that. And then I tried, then I wanted to act. And so I tried everything. God bless my parents. They kept paying for classes, whatever I wanted to try. But you're kind of fitting things, just try it on, trying it on and seeing what fits. And then everything, like you said, the things that we try, it gives us more confidence to keep trying and expressing ourselves.
Well, anything that you do, it's like you can be, do, or have anything you want. I love your willingness to be willing, Marla, because you can be, do, or have anything you want, as long as it doesn't have to do with another person. But, and you know that from what you do.
I can't have Johnny Depp, right? I mean, no matter how bad I want him.
Well, you could, but it might not happen.
No, I'm happy with Adolfo, so sorry if you hear this, honey.
But he hears that on a soul level. Yes, we all resonate with a certain vibration.
Well, I say that because I'm a matchmaker, and people, the women, okay, I want 6 feet tall, he's got to look like Johnny Depp or George Clooney, that's what I'm saying, or, a rock star, the men want a Victoria's Secret model, so yeah, it's like, we can be doing everything, but what they really want is someone special in their life. They want that love connection. They don't necessarily want that actor or model. They're really looking for the love. I wanted to ask you about energy.
It's the
Speaking
essence.
The essence.
I just wanted to finalize on that.
Okay.
Because when you tried so many different things, yes, when you just choose one and you stay with it, because when you do something for 10 years and you do it every day, 3 hours a day, right, approximately, you become a master at it. And then you allow the gift to come through you.
Those 10,000 hours, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's levels beyond that. But it's just choosing something and staying with it, because, we're just here to practice. Right, Marla? We're just here to practice. This is...
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have expected to be a world-class ventriloquist after, a few months. But when we were talking about energy, I just have to get this in because you do a lot of energy work and raising the vibration.
Yes.
You guys, I've been on Harry's table. He's amazing, and he has those lights, and he has the drum, and he does the energy stuff, and you get aligned and vibration raised. So, but the energy field, isn't illness start? Because I'm so into health and, my juicing, and I'm a vegan, and I exercise, and just keeping the body healthy. But no matter what we do with the body, the energy field, that's where the illness really starts first, right? With the stress, because you tell me, Marla, you have to stay calm, you have to meditate. The illness can start here, and then the body will take it on. Is that right?
Well, bacteria and virus cannot live in a high fine vibration, because Reich he identified the vibrational frequency of different bacteria and viruses. So if you stay in a high fine vibration, because usually you can notice if you get depressed, you'll get sick, or an acidic environment. Cancer can't live in an alkaline environment. So when you get that heavy, dense vibration, bacteria and viruses, can thrive in that environment. So if you stay, Norman Cousins wrote the book, Marla, that he healed himself from cancer from laughing and massive doses of vitamin C, but that just having a chuckle, this being our emotional center helps us to release that heavy, dense vibration. Yeah?
Yeah.
To align with joy, to align with happiness, because it's innate within us. We're never separate from it. So it's aligning with it.
And they have the laughing yoga now, I've seen that, right? Some classes and things like that. Yeah, and talking about the acidity in the body, so for people who might not know, well, how do I have an alkaline body? So the things that are acidic are tobacco, alcohol, animal flesh, coffee, junk food, sugar, stress. Stress
is a big one.
Will acidify the body, the stress. Okay.
Stress will kill you.
Yeah.
Stress will totally kill us.
And isn't the biggest day that Monday mornings are the day that most people, drop dead of a heart attack because they dread going to a job that they don't like, or, the stress of it.
The stress of it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Harry, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and chatting shamanism and energy work. And everybody, I'll put the links below so you can connect with Harry. And thanks so much.
Thank you, Marla. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Okay. Till next time.